Hi everybody, we're going to look at the microscope today. So let me zoom out here. And this is our compound light microscope. Okay. It's got some parts that you need to know. Alright, so I'm just going to come down here and point out the base. Okay. This is our lamp. This is our light source. So when we turn it on, you see the light come through here. Okay. Now that beam of light is rather large, and we want to condense that and make it smaller. So underneath the stage of the microscope, there's what we call a condenser right here. And that condenses the light and turns it into a smaller beam of light that you can see right there that comes through the specimen. The slide would be placed right here on the stage, and the beam of light would go through the slide and illuminate your specimen. Okay. I'm going to turn that lamp off because it's a little bit distracting. Underneath, you're going to see a little lever right there, and that's called the iris diaphragm. And that allows you to let more or less light come through that condenser. Sometimes when you look at a slide, you don't want a lot of light coming through. You want it to be a little bit darker. It gives you better contrast. All right, so there's our stage with our stage clip, and that's how we'd place the slide on here and clip it in so that it would sit on top of the stage, and we can move this stage around with these knobs here called the mechanical stage knobs, and they move our stage back and forth, okay, and forward and backwards, okay. Now we need to be able to focus the microscope so that when we're looking at a specimen, it can be very focused. You're going to notice the lights going on and off because I'm not moving around too much in this lab, and the lights go off automatically to save money. So here's our focus knobs. We have a coarse focus, which is the big knob, and we have a fine focus here. And when you put a slide on the stage, you start with the stage all the way up, and you're going to use the coarse focus knob to focus the specimen that you're looking at. And you'll notice that that coarse focus knob actually lowers the stage and makes the stage go up and down. Okay, and that's how you actually focus on the microscope. The fine focus would be used just to crisp up what you're looking at. So you pretty much use your coarse focus most of the time, and then you use your fine focus just to make that image that you're looking at, crisp, sharp. All right, we come back up here. Now we're going to take a look at the lenses that actually contribute to the magnification. So if we come over here, okay, we're going to look into what we call the oculars. So I'm going to turn the lamp on again because I want you to get the idea. So when you look down into those oculars with your eyes, you can see that light, which would mean that that specimen would be right there in that field of view. The field of view is a circle, and in that circle you see your specimen. Now oculars are for looking at the specimen, but oculars also contribute to magnification. And when we look here, we see 10x on that ocular. And that means that this ocular magnifies the image 10 times. So that's one level of magnification that we use. So when we look in there, it's already magnified 10 times just by the ocular. The other lenses that magnify are called the objective lenses, and you'll see them down here close to the stage. They are on what's called a nose piece, a rotating nose piece. And you may be noticing that they're different lengths, okay? And that they also have some things written on the side of them. So let's take a look at our first objective. That's called scanning power. And that is the shortest lens, and that gives you the least amount of magnification of your objectives. You see the number 4 on there? This lens magnifies 4 times. So if we take ocular, 10x, times scanning, 4x, our total magnification of that specimen is 40x, 40 times. We always start with our scanning power in place. We want to scan the slide and look for what we actually want to view. And so we can move the stage around. It gives us a big field of view. We can see you know, and find something that we really want to concentrate on. Okay, we would put it right in the center of our field of view, and then we could go up to our next magnification, which is called low power. It's a little bit longer of a lens, and you'll see a number 10 on there. So this low power magnifies 10x. So again, ocular, 10x, times low power, 10x. Our total magnification is 100x. And then we would go to our highest power on this particular microscope. So that longer objective is called high power. Now, it's oriented so you can't see the magnification on it, but it's 40x. So for high power, we take ocular, 10x, times high power objective, 40x, and our magnification is 400x. Okay. Now, this microscope also happens to have what we call oil immersion high power lens, which you wouldn't be using in a general biology lab. That's for microbiology. Okay. So again, we always start on scanning. We get a big field of view. As you go up in a higher magnification, okay, if we go from scanning, 40x, to low power, 100x, our field of view gets smaller. So that circle you're looking at gets smaller. More magnification, smaller field of view. And then when we go up to 400x, our field of view gets even smaller. So it's important to put whatever you want to be looking at in the microscope right dead center in your field of view. So as you move through your higher magnification lenses, you don't lose it, doesn't disappear out of your field of view. Okay. In the right eye of the ocular, and you won't be able to see this, you would see a pointer. All right, so sometimes if you want to look at a specific thing, you would make sure that you move the slide around to the point where the pointer is pointing directly at it. The pointer generally is in the center of the field of view. And that way, when you go up to your higher magnifications, you're less likely to lose it from your field of view. Okay. All right. So that's it for the compound light microscope. You're going to have some pictures of it to look at, but hopefully this video gives you a good idea of how you would be using it and what you would be using it for.